So we're going to start our next section, 3.4, which is about the chain rule. So when we start, I want to ask the following question. How do we find the derivatives of the following functions? So I'm going to give you a few examples here, like y equals the square root of x squared plus 1, y equals sine of 6x, y equals 3x plus 2 to the 5th, and y equals e to the 5x. So we don't have a lot at this moment that can help us. We know how to take derivatives of polynomials. Well, most of these are not polynomials except for this third one, but you would have to multiply that out. I don't really want to do that. They aren't really products too much except for that third one. And they're not quotients, but they all do have something in common. They're all compositions of functions. So what we're going to do is we're going to think here, think in terms of compositions of functions. So in particular, they have kind of like an inside function and an outside function. And so we can use this idea in something called the chain rule. So the chain rule says if I have a composition, y equals f of g of x, so you have this inside function g of x and an outside function, then the derivative of f of g of x would be f prime of g of x times g prime x. So let's kind of start by identifying what f and g are for specific examples. Let's identify our compositions here. So I want you to give me the inside function, and then we'll look at the outside function here. So y equals 1 over x plus 1. So if I look, the inside function is the denominator, it's x plus 1, and it's inside of the function 1 over u. Let's look at another one. Y equals sine of 2x. What would the inside part be? It would be the 2x here, and the outside would be sine, the sine function. Let's look at a square root now. Y equals the square root of 3x squared minus x plus 1. The inside would be what's underneath the square root, and the outside would be the square root function. And final one, tangent squared. Now this one might be a little bit hard for you to see because what they really mean when they write this is they really mean it's tangent being squared. So the inside function is tangent and the outside function is the square function. Okay, so now that we can identify our inside and our outside, the f and the g function, we can now look at some examples computing derivatives using the chain rule.